Good afternoon, everybody. This is Lorraine, Alternative Homesteading. Hope everybody's doing well. It's raining here in eastern Kentucky. It pretty much has rained all day today, but I kind of knew that it would because we had some events going on in the skies, crosses and X's and all kinds of stuff that I really haven't seen in a few weeks. But this is a really important topic. I'm just going to get straight to it. I received an email from a targeted friend actually a few days ago, and it's on the topic of the Social Security. Our Social Security actually has a trust set up for each individual taxpayer. This is what it's called. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it. It sounds like it's French or something. Cestui Que Trust. Cestui Trust. I suggest you start doing some research in a Social Security Cestui Que V or VI trust. What this applies to in the United States also applies to in Canada. Every taxpayer has a Social Security Cestui Que Trust. When your all caps name, meaning your name, appears in all capital letters on your tax bill, your credit card bills, medical bills, car loans, home loans, etc., it means the entities sending out these quote-unquote coupons are acting as the all caps names person's trustee in the Cestui Que Trust. They are sending you a coupon and calling it a statement or an invoice to be collected. When you send this coupon back to the trustee with payment, they are cashing your check and then acting as the trustee, taking money out of your trust account, which is, yes, you guessed it, double dipping. It is trust fraud. Trust fraud. The government has put our all caps name on a watch list, which is our straw man. We, as a living human being, are not on a watch list. Our all caps name is on a watch list. Therefore, they are then acting as our trustee of our Cestui Que Trust and taking out our money to run these programs against us, paying the useful idiots out of our trust, paying themselves out of our beneficiary trust. You are the beneficiary of your trust, and they are acting as the trustee. The trustee can only remove money from your trust if it benefits you, me, the beneficiary. These programs are being run against us. They do not benefit us in any way. Therefore, they are committing trust fraud. It is all fraud. At birth, your birth certificate creates a trust that will pay for everything throughout your lifetime. The government began to benefit from the straw man in 1933. In the article on the U.S. bankruptcy, we've already seen evidence that the United States went bankrupt in 1933. And when this happened, the governors of all the states met to discuss what should be done. The state governors made a pledge to the federal government to fund the bankruptcy. They pledged the assets and the energy of the people belonging to the state governments. They would back the government and secure the national debt, but there was one problem. The states could only speak for the people in their public capacity. They could not pledge private living human beings or property. So it was necessary to create a quote-unquote bridge between the living people and the creditors for the bankruptcy. The answer was to create straw men to stand in the place of the people. Now, the only problem was devising a scheme whereby the people would agree to contract with the straw man and its surety. When the governors made the pledge, they agreed to register the application form for the birth certificates of the people with the United States Department of Commerce. The application form For the birth certificate is the security instrument, collateral used to back the pledge. The straw man, the legal fiction, was created by using the name on the birth certificate and writing it in all capital letters, the designation for a legal fiction. Then, because of the pledge, the people were determined to be the representatives and surety for this legal fiction. This is how they made us responsible to pay back the debt of the United States. When the government or any corporation uses any process whatsoever, they are using it against the legal fiction which they want the people to think is them. But when a name is written in all capital letters, it is not the name of the real person. It is the designation of a legal fiction that is entirely separate entity. A living human cannot be a legal fiction, and a legal fiction cannot be a living human. One is real or natural, and the other is created by, quote unquote, law. Because the entire thing is based on paying the bankruptcy, the straw man is the debtor and the government is the agent for the creditor, the international bankers who own the Federal Reserve. Wherever a government agency such as a court determines liability, it is the liability of the legal straw man, since everything is done in commerce. The people are presumed as evidence by the pledge of their governors to be the surety for the straw man, and they must pay the liability. Now let's see how the straw man benefits others. Our straw man is thought of as a transmitting utility, which we define as an agent solely utilized for the purpose of transmitting commercial activity for the benefit of the secured party. Government and big business have set up a system so that the only way a man can access the goods and services of the nation is through the straw man. The straw man serves as a utility through which goods and services may be transmitted to you. You are forced to interface with society through your straw man. You will notice that the straw man's name is used on virtually all public documents, including but not limited to the birth certificate, driver's license, passport, social security card, bank accounts, checks and statements, credit cards, the checks you receive from your employer, legal documents, any letter from the government entity at any level. You will discover that the government agencies, banks, and other corporations, courts, and tax agencies deal with you exclusively through the straw man, which is all caps. These organizations insist on dealing with you only via an all caps version of your name in any and all key documents, contracts, accounts, and agreements with them. One of the many benefits and services made available through your straw man is your Social Security number. The SSN is a public number associated with a public persona, your straw man. The SSN is a benefit because it allows you to open a bank account or to get a job. The federal law was passed in 1994 that made it a requirement to give your Social Security number to get a driver's license. It would be difficult, though not impossible, to do any of these things without using the SSN. All of these things and many more can be thought of as benefits granted to the straw man. But these benefits come with a price. It should be obvious that the straw man has no body and that you benefit from the consumption use of the goods and services made available through the straw man. At this point, you probably do not hold title to your straw man. A redemption process will correct this problem. Since these things are true, it is also true that you are the one responsible for discharging the public liabilities associated with the benefits that you enjoy courtesy of your straw man. These public liabilities include, but not limited to, income tax, Social Security tax, plus any and all debts that the straw man incurs. The Social Security you are receiving for retirement, disability, etc., is your upfront ledger. that you can request to see at the age of 65. That shows all the entities who have taken money from all cap trusts throughout your lifetime. Credit cards, car loans, home loans, electric bills, tax bills, etc. I've got some videos that I will post. She suggests start watching these videos. Also go to legalibus.com and go to youhavetheright.com. Read about your straw man, which is https://redemptionservice.co. Meet your straw man. I'll give you an example.